I'm going to liaise with somebody at Honda about these things. Got a lot to talk about this month on Crown and Comments, January 2024. Get ready.
And welcome to yet another episode of Crown and Comments with your host and resident Goldwing guru, the one, the only, Cruiseman. Brought to you by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Videos.
Hey everybody, welcome to Crown and Comments, January 2024. Can you believe it? This is the 29th episode of Crown and Comments. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. Hard to believe. Happy New Year to those of you if you haven't seen the show or seen any of our shows or any of my videos since the first of the year. Welcome back. Just a real quick note for those of you that aren't familiar with the program. Maybe you're new to Crown and Comments. This is a show I do once a month where I get together and I read your comments that you post on my YouTube videos, on my Facebook, Instagram, wherever. And I kind of react to your comments, maybe respond to your questions, whatever. The Crown part is the idea is that you're supposed to get your favorite adult beverage, whatever that is. Mine is Crown Royal. And you're supposed to just kind of sit back and relax and enjoy the show. This is not, it's mostly motorcycle related, but not always. Sometimes I get off topic, as those of you have been here before know. This is a pretty popular program, though, around the world, believe it or not. I like to start off by letting you know what's coming in the show. A lot of news. First, I'm going to update you on some things going on around here. And some really, really big, important changes to my Honda Goldwing maintenance videos. And then the final topic before I get to your comments is, am I going to quit YouTube? So first, let me update you on what's going on around here. Most of you know I did install the mini split air conditioner heat pump system out in the garage, which the idea being I'd have more time to spend out in the garage in the winter and in the summer. We tend to have pretty extreme weather here in Dallas-Fort Worth. In the summer, it gets really hot, in the hundreds sometimes. And in the wintertime, it can get pretty cold, usually not as cold as it has been the last couple of weeks. So we've had a pretty long stretch of cold weather for us. Usually in the wintertime, it will get down in the high 30s, mid 40s, high 40s. But this year it's been much, much colder. And one thing I have learned is this heat pump, mini split heat pump, just doesn't do a great job if it's below 40 degrees. If it's above 40 degrees, it does a respectable job. It can usually get my garage up to about 65, which is tolerable. I can work in 65 degrees, no problem. Invisalign update. A couple of you have sent me emails asking me how's the Invisalign thing going. I'm on week 10. I did have to go back to the orthodontist this last week, and she had to do some little tweaking on my bottom teeth. Basically, by the time you see the next Crown and Comments, I could theoretically be done with it. You know, as far as the aligners, possible. It's possible. We'll see. It is kind of straightening out these bottom teeth, which was the whole idea. I do have the aligners in right now, and that's why you won't see me drinking my Crown Royal. This is just a prop, because you can't drink anything with these in other than water. That's all you can have. Okay, quick note on the Maintain the Obsession t-shirts. They have been flying off the shelves, not my shelves. I don't sell them. We use a company called Fourth Wall that actually does print on demand, and they've been selling very well. I'm getting a lot of good comments from you. That's why I decided to come out with a long sleeve version. I just added some long sleeve shirts to the merchandise store. So if you're interested, that does help support the channel a lot. Thanks, guys, for all of you that have been buying the merchandise. That really, really does help support the channel. Thank you. As far as videos, most recent videos were the review I did of the Insta360 Ace Pro. I've also been promising this traction tip-over protection video. As you may or may not know, we're planning on installing this on Robert White's motorcycle, his 2023 Goldwing. The problem has just been the weather. We were going to do it 2 Sundays ago, It was too cold. We were going to do it last Sunday, too cold. I don't feel comfortable applying any kind of adhesive on the motorcycle. These things use like a 3M adhesive, and I just don't feel comfortable doing it in this cold of weather. I just don't think we're going to get good adhesion. So I want to make, is adhesion a word? Adhesion, adhesive, adhesibility? I don't know. What is it? I think it's adhesion. I want to wait till it's a little warmer. And now hopefully, fingers crossed, this Sunday it's supposed to get up in the 60s. And Robert and I are going to shoot for that date again and get that installed on his bike. And at that time, I'll also tell you in that video why I'm not installing it on my own 2018 Goldwing. Some of you have speculated as to why that is. Okay, when we come back, I'm going to let you know about some really big changes coming to the Goldwing maintenance video series for the 2018 Plus Honda Goldwing, the 6th generation Goldwing. You're not going to want to miss this. And in the last segment, I'll tell you whether or not I'm going to quit YouTube and get out of this thing altogether. So see you when I get back. Hey, welcome back to Crown and Comments, January 2024. Did I say 2023 earlier, or did I say 2024? See, I don't remember. The mind is a terrible thing. Okay, big changes to the maintenance videos. I recently launched a new OTT platform, which stands for over the top. Vimeo came out with this new platform, and I've been using Vimeo for 12 or 13 years. I've always had good luck with Vimeo. When they introduced this new platform, I did some research on it. It looks to me like a better setup than what we have right now with video on demand. So basically, right now we have video on demand, which is what most of you have purchased, many of you. And then now we have this new OTT platform. Part of the reason you haven't seen very many videos from me in the last few weeks is because I've been spending a tremendous amount of time getting this new OTT platform set up. Now, what are the advantages of this OTT platform, and what's it going to mean to you if you purchased my video on demand product? Well, the advantages is it has a very powerful search feature. This is something you've been asking for a long time. Right now, if you're looking for a video in my video series on, let's just say, the air filter, you have to scroll through every video to find the correct one, and then you can watch. And it doesn't matter what the topic is. You always find yourself having to scroll through a long series of 80 or more videos to find the one you're looking for. No more. Now we have a powerful search feature. You type in oil, it'll bring up every video with oil in the subject line or a tag that I've added. If it's something to do with the trunk, if it's something to do with the inner cowl, you can basically type anything in and it will find the correct video. It makes it much, much faster for you to find the video that you're looking for. You can still download these videos. It's also, I think it's just a cleaner, more modern interface. It just looks more up to date, more professional, I guess you could say, and it has a built-in forum. So you can post questions, you can interact with other people who have the maintenance videos, ask maintenance-related questions, and that is good for those of you that aren't really big into Facebook. I know I have a couple of forums on Facebook. They're pretty popular, very popular, but a lot of you don't use Facebook. You don't like it for whatever reason. Well, now you have a forum where you can interact with me and with other Goldwing owners, maintenance-related questions only. We're trying to keep it focused on maintenance only. What's going to happen to you if you've bought the on-demand videos and now we have this new OTT platform? Well, good news. For now, at least, you can move over to OTT for free. You don't have to give up video on demand. You can still go over there and watch the videos there if you want, but we're going to extend to you the ability to access the OTT platform for free for existing customers. Now, here's what you have to do to get registered on OTT. First of all, if you go to the OTT website, you will not be able to log in using your video on demand login. Your credentials. It will not recognize your email address, your password, is a whole separate system. Yes, they're both from Vimeo, but it's two completely separate systems. So you have to re-register. And basically, here's what I need for you to do. If you're interested in this, send me an email, the Vimeo receipt that you received when you purchased your video on demand videos. When you purchased those videos, Vimeo sent you an email receipt, and that has your name on it. It's got the price you paid, the date you purchased it. You need to forward that to me to info@cruisemansgarage.com. Once I receive that and I'm able to verify all this with Vimeo, then what I can do is I can send back to you a personalized link, a code has an embedded code that will allow you to register on the OTT website at no charge. 100%, basically it's a 100% discount. So you're getting it for free. You do have to put in your name and your email address, but you do not have to put in credit card information. So it is free for you to access, and you'll have immediate access to all of the videos and all of the new stuff. And I have updated a couple of videos recently on this new OTT platform. And my plan is to do even more of that in the future. What about those of you that don't have my maintenance videos? Well, there's no need for you to purchase the on-demand videos anymore. That's an old system. I'm not sure how long I'm even going to keep it in place. Once we can get everybody moved over to this new OTT platform, I think this is the future. This is where we're heading in the future. And things change. It's just the way it is. Things change. So, but I think it's a change for the better. If I didn't, I wouldn't have done it. But for those of you that haven't purchased the videos yet, a lot of you were interested in my videos back in December because we had this promotion where if you bought before the end of the year, you could get a 20% discount. And of course, that's gone away because the end of the year is gone. So for those of you that are still interested in my videos, you can purchase the OTT platform videos. I'll put a special link in this video description. It'll take you right to the OTT sign-up page. You'll get a 20% discount off the OTT version of the videos, and you're good to go. And if you just go there on your own without the link, you can use promo code CROWN, CROWN, for Crown and Comments, but just CROWN, and you'll get that 20% discount. So if you're interested, if you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. Now, when I come back, I'm going to tell you if I'm quitting YouTube and how things are going to change around here quite a bit in 2024. Okay, welcome back to Crown and Comments, January 2024. I'm Cruiseman, if you didn't know that already. Let's talk about YouTube for a second, because there are a lot of videos out there right now. I've noticed, I bet I've watched half a dozen of YouTube creators that are getting out of YouTube. They're just quitting. Some of them are scaling way back. After watching some of these videos, I really could identify with the reasons behind why some of these people are doing this. And it really hit me. It's a decision that I've been toying with for some time. Because YouTube it can be very stressful. When I started this maybe 12, 13 years ago, the subscriptions and the views stayed pretty flat for a number of years. It really took off when the 2018 Goldwing came out, and I was one of the first people out there doing videos on this new platform, this new Goldwing. And I saw my subscriptions and my views starting to go up. The next real burst, you might say, of subscriptions and viewership was during COVID. A lot of people staying home, they're not working, or they're stuck at home. They're watching more TV, watching more content on YouTube. And my subscriptions just really started growing up to probably, I was getting anywhere from 12 to 1,500 new subscribers per month, and the views were going up too. And the revenue was climbing during COVID. That has all calmed down now. Who knows why? I don't know. I'm not going to try to figure it out anymore. And that's part of the reason for these changes I'm making, because I am tired of stressing out over YouTube. I'm tired of playing the game of trying to figure out their stupid algorithm. I'm trying to figure out, do I have the right thumbnail? Did I do a good enough video? And anytime you put out a video and it doesn't get the kind of views you want, you just wonder, anyway, it's a lot of stress. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to quit YouTube. I'm not. I still enjoy the process of making videos, editing videos. I got a ton of money invested in all this equipment, light, studio, and all this crap. So it's not like I want to just give all that up. The plan is for me to just basically rewire my thinking and change my approach for what I do with YouTube. My YouTube journey really started out as a way to drive consumers, potential consumers, to my maintenance video series. It was an avenue for me to create content that would attract viewers, and through my YouTube videos, I could promote my maintenance videos, and that has been very successful. So I don't do YouTube for fun. I mean, I did it first. It was kind of fun, but then I got on this, some people refer to it like a treadmill. You get on this thing where you want to put out a video every 3 or 4 days. You're trying to figure out this stupid algorithm that nobody figures out. And as soon as you figure it out, they change it. So what I really enjoy doing more than anything is teaching and showing you guys how to do specific things. I think that is a strength I have, is my ability to explain things in a way that people can understand. Sometimes I may get too basic, and those of you that already know as much as I do, you may find it a little boring. But there are a lot of people out there that they're just starting out working on a Goldwing or installing an accessory, and they don't know some of these very basic things. And I always try to look at these videos like, what if you didn't know anything? Would you be able to figure out how to do it from what I'm showing you? So I'm basically going to focus more this year on these teaching type videos, instructional. It could still be installing accessories. I think what I'm going to do is fewer of the product review videos where I'm reviewing a camera or I'm reviewing an action camera. I enjoy doing some of that, but they're not very popular. Not everybody out there in my audience is a moto vlogger or even wants to own an action camera, so it kind of limits the viewership of those videos anyway. What that means is you may not get as many videos this year as you got in the past year or two. I may not be putting out 3 videos a week. I may be focusing more on quality over quantity. A lot of people say, well, you got to put out a video every day, or you got to put out a video every 3 days, or you'll lose your viewers. They'll go on to another channel. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I've got people I watch that I subscribe to and that I watch on a regular basis. If they put out a video every week, great. If they put out a video every 3 days, I'll watch it. I appreciate the support you've given me in the past. I really do. I know that a lot of times I put out a video you don't like, or it's of no interest to you. I do appreciate that you hang in there and watch part of it anyway. Much, much appreciated. Okay, maintenance videos are my bread and butter. I don't make the majority of my money on YouTube. I make enough money on YouTube to pay for these LED lights and the teleprompters and the cameras. I make enough to pay for much of the expenses that's involved in putting together a channel. You don't get rich with a YouTube channel of this size. Now, you don't get paid for subscribers, first of all. I don't make any money when you subscribe. If you do subscribe, and I'd appreciate if you subscribe, but I don't make any money for that. YouTube doesn't pay me for subscribers. The only thing they pay on is ad revenue, and that is kind of indirectly tied to how many views a video gets. Now, why do so many YouTubers make a big deal out of clicking the subscribe button? When you subscribe and you click that notification bell, there's a better chance that you're going to see my next video because you're going to be reminded that, hey, Cruiseman has a new video out. But if I have 1 million subscribers and I put out a video that only gets 1,000 views, I don't make any more money than if I had 10 subscribers and got 1,000 views. It's all based on views. Now, if you're putting out videos that are getting 700,000 views. I watch a channel, Sarah Intuned. She's really into working on cars and rebuilding cars and modifying them, and I really like her style. I like the way she makes videos. I enjoy her personality. It's more entertainment than it is anything else because I'm not rebuilding cars, but I do respect her work ethic, and she puts out a video every 3 days like clockwork, and I think I tried to copy her work ethic, and I'm too old to copy her work ethic because she's probably 30 years old. Bottom line is, her videos might get 300,000 or 400,000 views. Itchy Boots is another example. The Dutch girl that's riding all over Africa right now. She'll put out a video, and in a week or two, she'll have 300,000 or 400,000 views. Yeah, she's making good money on YouTube. Okay, Sarah Intune is making money on YouTube. Cruiseman, sucking wind over here, not making a lot of money on YouTube. If I have I'll have a good video every now and then, like my BMW GTL review. If every video I put out got that kind of views, that's why I want to do more motorcycle reviews, because they're very popular. They get a lot of views. Do you like the idea of fewer videos, better videos, more focused videos? Look forward to reading what you think about my new strategy in the comments down below. I hope you're happy with it. When we come back, I'm going to be responding to your comments, and I've got quite a few. I think I have 19 different comments I'm going to respond to, so see you when we get back. Okay, welcome back to Crown and Comments, January 2024. I hope I've been saying 2024 because I made a mistake the other day and I accidentally thought it was 2023 and wasn't a good thing. How many of you have done that? Have you done that yet? Have you written a check in the wrong year yet or something like that? Okay, first comment is from QT002. Tips. It used to mean to ensure proper service. This is on my last the Crown and Comments where I talked about tipping. I went on my rant about tipping. And yes, it did. It used to, I think, either to ensure proper service or prompt service. I'm not sure which one. Now it's just automatic. Everybody's entitled to these tips, and they're just going up and up and up. And anyway, I'm not going to rehash that rant, but thank you, QT002, for agreeing. And I assume that's an agreement. Rock Muncher. My biggest complaint is the suspension. This is a reference to the video I did on the 13 things that I think Honda needs to address with the Honda Goldwing. He said his biggest complaint is the suspension, way undersprung and underdampened. My 2019 has traction dynamic suspension, and it's a world of difference. Also, the steering tie rods should be higher quality. Well, I get comments like this quite often. The traction suspension is definitely, their components are, I would presume that they are much higher quality than what Honda's putting OEM on the bike. I did have traction dynamic suspension on my 2007 Goldwing, and it made a huge difference. I see no reason why it wouldn't make a big difference on this model. Franklin Burns said, thanks, Cruiseman. There's another guy who does these BaseCamp tutorials, and he makes me want to eat a bullet the hard way. Okay, please don't. But you make this much better. As a customer of your Goldwing videos, I can appreciate these. This is a comment he posted on one of my Garmin BaseCamp training videos. I did a series of videos on Garmin BaseCamp. Once again, I enjoy doing training, and I did a whole series on BaseCamp. So thank you, Franklin. Appreciate that comment. Dimitri Cat 1. And this is on my comparison video between the Honda Goldwing and the BMW GTL. This is over a year ago. But the comment came in pretty recently. Here's what he says. Seems like if you're going to get paid for a review, you should actually do your research and not, I don't think, or I'm not sure so much. Wow, I had no idea. I need to contact BMW because my check has not arrived from Honda or BMW for reviewing these motorcycles. I have never been paid by a motorcycle company to review a motorcycle. And so I'm not sure what he's talking about. I don't get paid to review motorcycles. No money ever changes hands. I wish I got paid to do motorcycle reviews. Now, I may get a sponsor. I may talk a company like Break Free or Bond Armor or Show Chrome or somebody to pay a sponsorship fee, but these companies don't pay me to review their bikes. This is Chris Jolin. I hope that's right. Chris Jolin. Cruiseman, did those Rivco Aero pegs fail or break? Notice them missing on your newest videos. This is a review I did years ago of the Rivco Aero pegs, which mount to the kind of the engine casings, cylinder heads. No, they did not break. They did not fail. They were fine. I loved them, actually. They're very comfortable. I like that they were adjustable. They were great. The reason I removed them from the bike, and I think I ended up selling them to one of you guys, is because I shoot a lot of videos where I'm always having to take off the engine covers, maybe to change spark plugs, do a video on spark plug replacement, or just do a video on removing the engine case or the cover. And so there were always, it was several more steps I had to go through to take those Aero pegs off before I got to the part of the video, and it was just a hassle for me. This is on the video I did warning you about using a jump starter, making sure you pull that fuse number 25 out before you jump start your motorcycle. He says lots of electronics, you shouldn't jump to car with the other car running. It causes sudden surge from the running car's charging system, can fry delicate electronics. And a good jump starter unit is safer. It's not like the old days, guys. It's not like the 1972 Plymouth Duster that I used to have, where you just slap a set of cables on there and you know, these new vehicles have sophisticated computer systems. They can be rather delicate and rather sensitive, and they're very sensitive to electronic surges and things like that. So that's why the warning I issued, and hopefully you took heed. And if you have any comments on that, put it down below. If any of you had any failures in your audio system after having your motorcycle jump started, please let me know. I think one of the comments in here somewhere, if I kept it, he did have that happen. I may have removed that comment, but somebody told me he had jump started his I think it was a 2020 Goldwing. I'm not sure about that. It basically fried the audio unit. This is from Javier Espinoza. Out of curiosity, if the dealers aren't aware, what if they jump the battery and fry the radio? Who's responsible then? Very good question. I think you could definitely make the argument that the dealer is responsible. They should know. We all should know. I wish Honda would get back to me with a definitive answer on this, because I got 60,000 subscribers out here that would probably love to know the answer to this definitively from Honda. You could probably make the case that the dealer's responsible, depending on the dealer you have, what quality of dealer it is. They probably would take responsibility, but I wouldn't guarantee it. If the battery's jump started and it fries the audio unit, I don't know if the warranty covers that. I don't know. Somebody tell me in the comments. That's what the comments are for. Please tell me if you've had that experience or what that experience has been. Okay, thanks for the question, Javier. Steve Moore, greetings from the PPRC. I think that's a derogatory, it's not really an acronym, it's an abbreviation, but I think it's a derogatory term for California. Have a 2025, I think he means a 2015, F6B, because I don't think the 2025s are out yet. F6B, have never had it jumped, bought the maintenance videos a few years ago, and they have saved me a lot of money. Thanks. Oh, well, thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. See, there you go. There you go. I tell you, I get emails all the time. People tell me how much money, the videos save them by doing the work themselves. This is on my review of the Ultimate seat that I did a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. You have reviewed all of the seats, Wingsoft, Day, and Ultimate. And by Day, I assume he means the Russell Daylong. And he asks, which is best for you? Well, I have not reviewed the Russell Daylong seat. I did review the Ultimate, and I did, of course, review the Wingsoft because that's what I ride with right now. I liked the Ultimate. I really loved the looks of it. I love the design of it, the fact that you could get any color combination you want. And I found it to be definitely more comfortable than the stock OEM seat. No question. It was a more comfortable seat. I didn't think it was that much more comfortable than the Wingsoft, if any, for me. Now, this is just for me. I think there's some other people out there that would make the argument that it is more comfortable than the Wingsoft upgrade. But for the price of what it costs to have your seat rebuilt by John down in Bryan College Station, to me, it was just a value thing. Okay, this is from K22MDL. Don, you need to let me know, is that a handle for ham radio? K22MDL. It sounds like it, but I'm not sure. I don't know enough about ham radio. Can-Am, if you're listening, do lend Cruiseman an RT Limited. I know he'll be very impressed. And you never know, the machine may persuade him to switch to the Can-Am like I did. Well, K22, I can almost guarantee you Can-Am is not going to lend me an RT, or unless they have a change of heart. I've reached out to them. I have my friends at Showchrome who have good contacts at Can-Am reach out to them on my behalf. They suggested that they get me a loaner, a press bike in here to review, and they didn't act interested at all. So apparently 60,000, well, I don't know if obviously all of you don't own a Honda Goldwing, but I think most of you own a touring bike, a large touring bike. I think most of you are the prime audience for something like a Can-Am. But they don't think so. They don't seem to care. So, if they don't care, I don't care. I've got plenty of other things to make videos about. I don't have to worry about whether or not I do a video for Can-Am or not. Love to do it. I'd still love to do it. If they send me one, I will review it. I'll be fair. I'll be honest, but I'll be fair. Like I think I am with every review I do. Now, this is Tank asks a question about my review of the Insta360 Ace Pro. And he says, does it do 360 video as well? No, it does not. It is a standard, or not, I wouldn't say it's a typical, but it is more of the traditional action camera. It does not do 360. It's a little confusing because Insta360 is the company name that makes the camera. Okay, this is All Saint 7944. This is also a comment that was posted to my Ace Pro review. With all the free stuff you get, why don't you ever do a giveaway to your viewers? That's a good question. I have done a few in the past, but it's not as easy as you think. There are a lot of laws. There are a lot of restrictions. YouTube has a lot of policies about giveaways and drawings, and there's a lot of legal things that have to be done. It is such a pain in the ass that, unless it's, if it's something I did every week, I could do it. Because you almost have to hire a company to deal with this kind of stuff. And I don't do enough of it. What I do offer is a lot of times I'll offer to sell the items that I get for a deeply discounted price. It helps bring in a little money for the channel, to support the channel. And it gives those of you out there that are interested in those products a good opportunity to save a ton of money on something that's essentially brand new. It's been used for the review, but it's essentially brand new. I got stuff right now. I got a Showchrome windshield that might have 50 miles, 100 miles on it. I've got a GoPro 10, a GoPro 12. I've got a GoPro 8. I've got some Showchrome products. If any of you are interested in any of this stuff, let me know in the comments down below. I'll shoot you some prices. I think I'm going to just go through and put together a price list. I've been threatening to do this for a long time. I got a bunch of stuff. I need to clean it out. I need to get rid of this stuff. So if you're interested in a good deal on any of these types of things, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll fire off something to you. Make sure you give me your email address so that I will get you in the mix. Some things I don't like to ship because it's so expensive to ship. Like a windshield is expensive to ship. So if you live in Dallas-Fort Worth and you're looking for a taller windshield, maybe you're interested in that Showchrome windshield. Okay, thank you for the question, by the way. Okay, user KV, I don't get the name. if you buy a second fob, I think he means a smart key, Honda smart key, and program it successfully, will the start code from both fobs work? My understanding is yes. The new Goldwings come with two. So, and I'm assuming that if they come with two, you get two different codes. These get programmed into the ECU of the motorcycle or into the computer of the motorcycle. And so I don't see a reason why either code would not start the bike in an emergency. So I'm going to say yes. If anybody knows different, put it in the comments down below. But I'm pretty sure either one of those emergency codes will work to start the bike. RTC says, any info from your Honda contact? Talking about the jump start again. My only reply from Honda was the person I deal with said he had not heard anything about this jump starter issue. So, but then again, he's not really the technical guy at Honda, and I'm trying desperately to get a technical guy to liaise with, if that's a word. I'm going to liaise with somebody at Honda about these things, and I will let you know as soon as I do. But it appears that this is a real thing. Okay, Clem says, this is on my review of the 2018 Goldwing 6-year review. Thanks, Chris. Great review. I've heard others like you mention that Honda redesigned the Goldwing to attract younger riders. Do you know if this strategy has been successful? I don't know that it's been successful, but I would presume that it has been successful. But I can't confirm that. Honda would never release that information. They don't release any information. We'd probably need the dealers to weigh in on this. The average age of a 2018 Goldwing buyer. This is from Daryl Doty. I guess that's how you say it. This is a very good message. He said, I had the dealership put in the larger windshield, rear LED brake light, and the entry lights. His issue is all the scratches on the bike before I ever took it for the first ride. So he bought a new bike, had the dealer put all these accessories on it. When he gets the bike, his first day, he gets the bike back, it's all scratched up. He's got scratches everywhere. This is why I say, do these things yourself. You have no idea who the people are at these dealerships working on your bike. And it might be some, and I don't mean to belittle 19-year-olds, but it might be some 19-year-old that works on one Goldwing a year, if that. Depends on the dealership. You know, big dealership, Southern Power Sports, yeah, they've got guys that know the Goldwing inside and out. But if you're in some little town in Arkansas or some little town in North Dakota and you take it to the Honda dealer where most of what he sells are 4x4s, good luck. Do these things yourself. That's why I have all these installation videos to show you step by step. You're much less likely to damage your motorcycle than somebody who's in a hurry. They get paid based on how much time they spend getting a job done. So anyway, I'm preaching again. Sorry. How does the Goldwing manage engine heat? Most new bikes, in my experience, throw out a lot of engine heat. I've never had a problem with engine heat. I just haven't. Any Goldwing I've owned on 4 Goldwings, I've never noticed engine heat being a problem. Even in 110-degree weather on a high road trip, come to a stoplight, I don't get tons of it. Get a lot of heat off the road, but I don't necessarily get a lot of engine heat. So let me know in the comments if you've had a different experience. Engine heat's never been a problem on any Goldwing I've owned. That was the last comment. The last thing I am going to say is I did get an email from Brooks Buell. I think that's how you say it. And he sent me a picture of himself with his new Maintain the Obsession t-shirt. Look at that. Now, Brooks, you didn't specifically give me permission to use your photo. I hope you don't mind. And for those of you that don't know, when you send me a photo of yourself, you're basically going to be giving me permission to use it in a YouTube video. But Brooks, the t-shirt looks great on you. He did say in his email that he is happy with the quality of the shirt, and he sent me this photo, and that's great. So if you have one of my t-shirts or one of my other merchandise products, cap, t-shirt, whatever, send me a photo of you in it, and who knows, it might be on the next Crown and Comments or the next motovlog. Who knows? Thanks guys for hanging in. I know it's a long video, lots of stuff to cover. Again, I'll say it again, if you like the video, don't forget, click the little thumbs up, that little like thing, that really makes a difference. And put your comments in down below. And until I see you next time, remember what I always say. Ride often, but ride safe. Now, I'm going to go take my Invisalign aligners out, and we're going to see how I can make this disappear. See you next month.